Good morning, everyone. We are 11:24 in the morning, and this is May 25th. That makes day 36 here in Thailand. You can see behind me it's raining. This is just going to be a little off and on today. The whole plan today was to go down to hang on a second. Surat Thani railroad station, which is actually looks like 15 kilometers. It's not too bad, and the rain just started up as I was packing up my bicycle and stuff. I had a good night's sleep last night. I needed it. I got my 2 videos uploaded to YouTube. The Wi-Fi was okay. I still stayed up till 1 o'clock just because the 5G, which was the faster Wi-Fi, was actually the signal was on the floor below me, so I had to go down to the floor below me to get the 5G, which was, that's 40 minutes, about 40 minutes upload time compared to like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I just wanted to get it over with and done with before I went to bed. So you got those 2 videos uploaded. So this was just like I said, just a quick decision to go up to the railroad station. I kind of made it on the way over on the boat here yesterday or something like that when I mentioned it, and I think I'll go back up to Chumphon, which is that'll on the train, and then go across on the 4 and take the southern side of the coastline down that way to Phuket. And I think what that'll do is it'll save me some time instead of making a full circle. The first full circle around would actually be a little too long and cut would cut too many days out of my off my visa. And so I'm doing it to 1, just to save time, but 2, I just want to make sure that I can claim that I did the whole route, instead of just coming across the islands and cutting off a big section of Thailand. I want to make sure I do the whole thing of Thailand. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, oh, you don't have to do that, but I do. I personally, I started up in Vietnam, and I did all of Vietnam. I did go on Cat Ba Island and across, but it didn't cut off anything. It was just like down and over, and this section was so small. So, yeah. This is more like just a personal goal that I want to set. So to actually make sure that I do the full length of Thailand along the coast and stuff. Even though I'll be on the other coast, I'm not going to actually be on the Gulf of Thailand on this side anymore. Yeah, so that's the plan. I just talked to a French guy. He said it's about, I think it was 150 baht. Which is not bad, which is 450, and the bicycle should be free, and that'll be worth it for going up north. So that's the plan so far, and plans can always change, and they usually do with me, but at least I'm gonna go check, see what the prices are like, and see if it's even a functional plan. So alright guys, I'm gonna hit the road. It looks like the rain eased up, and get this day going. Bye. Okay, we're starting the Strava app. It's 11:35. So I'm gonna hit the 7-Eleven, get some caffeine in me, and we'll start this journey. It's not raining, but it's sprinkling. So I'm gonna have my camera tucked away for in a plastic bag, and yeah. And here we go. You never have to go far in Thailand to find a 7-Eleven. Hey guys, I'm just stopping to get something to eat. Chicken and rice with a big serving. of rice, 39 baht, 15 baht. So for very cheap, lots of rice. I just figured if I'm going to jump on the train, I want something to eat first. And I can also talk about the financially what I'm doing since I'm keeping track. I didn't mention it yesterday, but it looks like I spent 750 even, 750 baht even. But if you subtract the 210 that I paid for the ferry, because that's not an everyday type thing that I spent, that makes me 540 baht. So $16.20 is what I spent, but then you add the $6 for the room because that came right out of my app, so that's $22 is what I spent all total yesterday. That's food and lodging. That's all days worth of drinking. I realized one of my biggest expenditures are drinks, are sodas and liquids and stuff, because technically I only eat about twice a day. I snack, and if you consider these snacks, then I snack all the time. So yeah, I think one of my biggest expenditures are actually, and I also like to get the bananas, and chocolate milk can be a little expensive and stuff. Now like this was thrown away at the garbage. So I'm not buying myself pretty things, you know. It's just, it was, someone didn't want it because it's meant to go over your shoulders, and it's way too big to actually go around your waist. The way they sewed it is more like an arm sling, so I guess he didn't like that, threw it away, so I picked it up and to see if it's functionable. If it's not functionable and I don't use it, then I'll throw it in the garbage can. But right now I'm kind of carrying my camera stuff in it, and that way it's not in all my pockets. So yeah, I did the 1,000 baht to the side again. I took the extra 250 that was left over and put that to the side, and each day I'm going to start fresh with 1,000 baht. That way it's an easy way on me to keep track of my financials, which is actually good too, because I don't keep track that well. But it also is more realistically what I'm spending each day. So, alright guys, that's it. So I made it to Surat Thani station. I'm gonna go inside and inquire about the ticket now. Looks like it's only 1:14, so we're doing pretty good on time. I just got here, so I don't know what the town's like. Like I said, it wasn't a big trip over, but actually it kind of looked nice coming into this little town. I don't know quite how big it is. So, inside to inquire about the ticket. Hello. Bicycle ticket? Going up to Chumphon? Yeah, it is. Okay, I got on the train just fine. It was only 32 bahts for the train up to Chumphon, and 90 for the bicycle transport. So actually my bicycle is more than the actual the ticket. The ticket's only like 96 cents. So my bicycle is $2.70. Still not too bad though. And yeah, and we're off, guys.
I fall asleep, yeah, I need you with me by my side. It's all I know now. I need you with me by my side. I need someone to hold my mind. I need someone to hold my mind. When the sun comes down and when I feel I've drowned, I need someone to hold how I feel. I can show you, baby, one more time. When I fall asleep, yeah, I need you with me by my side. It's all I know now. I need you with me by my side. When I fall asleep, yeah,
Well, I made it here to Chumphon. I'm at the train station, obviously. Just got off. I booked a hotel room. I broke my golden rule. Now we have the Salsa Hostel, which is $9, right? But then there's tax on top of it. And it comes out to a little over $10. And the other one, and it kind of had okay Wi-Fi. That was the main thing, but it was still like 2 hours upload time for the 4K and everything. There was another hostel for $1 more, but after tax it was like $10.98 or something like that, almost $11. I found a hotel room that was actually $13 off of Booking. Now the difference between Booking and Agoda a lot of times doesn't figure in the taxes until like right at the the checkout counter. That's when you have to figure everything out, and they're not quite as upfront as Booking.com is when it comes to the pricing. So I went ahead and decided to pay the $2 more, $3 more than actually the Salsa for a private room and all this stuff, and hope that the Wi-Fi is even better there. That way I don't have to worry about staying up all night with the Wi-Fi, doing the Wi-Fi. Like last night, they had 5G Wi-Fi, but it was the next floor down. So instead of like, and on my floor it had a good enough signal, it was 2.5G or whatever. So it was like an hour and a half or something. Anyway, I decided to go ahead and just sit up, and it was like 1 o'clock by the time it was done. So between 12 something when I finished editing and all this stuff, and so I'm hoping that so I treated myself to a private room, guys. Don't throw rocks at me. Yeah, it's rare that I do this. So I'm back here, and it's just walking distance. It's actually, the hotel has really good ratings, and it has really good ratings, and it's really actually the same location as the Salsa Hostel. And the Salsa Hostel was a good hostel nonetheless. It was, you guys remember with the Asian chick and those guys, right? Anyway, I'm going to strap my backpack to this before the rain gets me and head over to the hotel. Time wise, it's 5:11. Just got off the train. All right, bye. Home sweet home. Well, it was just a little hop, skip, and a jump to get over here. Pretty nice, actually. Nice. It's tucked like in an L, like if you go back like almost like an alley, and then it turns this way, so you can't see it from the street. But it's like right next to town, very quiet. Yeah, I mean, not bad for $13. Although, like I said, that is breaking my rule. But that's all right. I figured I'd get over here, go get something to eat. Looks like all the street food and vendors are out doing their thing right now. So, and I think there's also a 7-Eleven down the way to get something to drink. So, with this thing's handy, but I already see a problem with it. Like I said, it's free, so it was at the garbage can. So, when I'm wearing it, because the belt is like super huge, it's meant to be strapped around your body, but I unzip it, grab what I need from it, and then I leave it unzipped. And I'm like, that's not good to do that with camera gear. You know, something fall out, and if I don't hear it hit the ground, you know. So, but other than that, it's actually kind of handy to have an extra little pocket to carry stuff around it. Anyway, yeah. Mostly it was just a train ride over here. Honestly, that's it. Maybe I'm gonna go find something to film. I'll go do that now, after I take a shower. All right. I'm just going for a bike ride, guys. Bus station. Got 2 corns. Gonna go get some hamburgers here. This truck lets me out. Yeah, I picked up 2 corns, 20 each, so like 80 cents each. I'm gonna go see if this hamburger guy, the last time I was here, he had really good hamburgers. So he's probably down. Last time I saw him, he was down that way. Hopefully he's still there. I found him. I couldn't find him. He wasn't in his last location I saw. This is his van, so at least I found him. I'm gonna order some hamburgers. I'm getting tired of chicken all the time. That's the reason why. So yeah, exciting. Three beef burgers and yeah, not sure if you remember on the last video, last time I was here, that I ordered. I think it was his double beef burger for 85. I'm like, it was good. I mean, it was actually like a real size burger. You know, a lot of them that you get, they're really small here, but they're actually really good burgers. So this music going on in the background. I get another strike, another warning from YouTube. I better move on this side of the vehicle away from the music. But anyway, guys, yeah, just getting a little tired of chicken. I actually just noticed what that is. It's a street bar. It's just a bar right on the street. Wander up and I guess that's pretty smart. The overhead would be almost nothing on that. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually a pretty cool concept. I mean, if you can drink in the streets, why not? Yeah. I mean, it's just one bartender, some drinks and stuff like that. Play a little music. All right, guys. I'm gonna wait for my burger. I'm home. Alright guys, I got back and the day's over. Let's see, the day is going on, it's 6:57 right now, so it's going on 8 o'clock, or 7 o'clock. Hang on 1 minute. Okay, I just wanted to get situated. So I messed up when I said I got the corn for 20 each and I said 80. I don't know why I did that. I did one of the other country conversions in my head, which I don't remember which one that is, probably Vietnam or something. So this was 60 cents, $20 or 20 baht each is triple it. So 20, 40, 60 cents. And the hamburger is 55. So that's $1.50, $1.65 each. So, and what I said that they're actual like full-size hamburgers. A lot of times, like you see, that's a real size hamburger. You know, here. You know, I don't know what to put it up against for like size conversion, but most hamburgers I keep ordering are like little small ones, even in Cambodia. I think that's just because American is so used to supersizing everything. Like, we eat such big portions. I'm not saying it's probably not just a marketing scheme too, that they can sell you stuff that looks a lot cheaper, and when you get the meal, it's a lot smaller, and you have to eat 2 meals to actually feel full, and that 2 meals ends up costing you the same as a regular meal, you know. So I'm not saying there's not a little of that goes on, but every single spot I've gone, like Morocco and different spots like this, everything seems to be, except for Israel. Israel actually had size like proportional to the United States, but everywhere else I've seen, it's like their size is a lot smaller. And I know that's for a fact that it's just Americanized, like westernized type, you know, big appetite. That's why we all have diabetes and obesity over there. I mean, I even got fat. And how do you get fat living in homeless in a tent? You know, it's like, you know, you'd think you'd be doing enough exercise and working. So how the hell? But I did. I plumped up. So like when I quit drinking, one of my main things was I always drank. I woke up and I started drinking. I was a hardcore alcoholic. And So I was a functioning alcoholic. And functioning meaning I functioned through my whole day drunk. I had to, because my DTs were so bad that I would go almost in like, I'd go into like a grand mal seizure without alcohol in my system. And if you ever, like I said, I think I said before in the past, if you ever seen the movie Leaving Las Vegas, that was me. Nicolas Cage played me, you know, minus the hooker as a girlfriend. But yeah, it was like, I woke up and the DT is shaky so much you couldn't do anything. I remember the part where he couldn't cash a check because he was so shaky. So he had to leave, get a drinks, and then come in and just to cash a check, just to, I remember I couldn't hold my hand out to get change once from someone because it was just like, it's not the fact that you're embarrassed. Well, you're embarrassed to the shaking, but it was the fact is your body's going into seizures. And there's only 2 drugs in this world that'll kill you from stopping, and that's alcohol is one, and opiates. Those are 2 that your body actually gets so physically dependent upon. So with that said, I will never, I can't go back. That's something I can't do. And it was weird being in like up north here, when you do the Hagayong loop, right? They want you to drink. It's like, no, you got to drink, just little. And so a lot of people don't realize you can't, they're like, oh, you can have 1 drink. You wouldn't do that with a heroin addict, would you? Oh, you could just have 1 little shot of this smack, You wouldn't do that. So why do we do it to old alcoholics? But I like my drinking though. Back in my days, I loved drinking. So, but now that I am not drinking, I'm never going to go back to that. Not that I think anything's bad about that lifestyle. It was my lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle of a lot of the hobo travelers and the vagabonds. But anyway, to throw them all in one box, it's a bond that we all have. We travel the country, we drink together, we travel with each other sometimes for a little bit, but we all separate and we all end up seeing each other again somewhere else. And it was a great lifestyle, but it was hard too. It's hard on the body, It can even be dangerous, hopping the trains, you get a little drunk. The dangerous part about the train is that you're usually drunk, and that's honest because you got to wait, sometimes a day, 2 days, 3 days on a train, 3 days is like a max, even for hitchhiking or anything. I start walking at that point. But no, waiting for hours is very, very common for a train. And it's like, so you might start with an 18 pack and maybe a bottle for, the ride. But after a while, it's just like you keep going, they start dwindling down and you don't want to go all the way to the liquor store to re-up because you might miss your train. So yeah, so usually you end up getting onto the train and you're already drunk. And there's a lot of rules that you're supposed to abide by, like 3 points of contact on the train at all times. So like 1 hand, 2 feet, 2 hands, 1 foot, whatever. Riding suicide is not a good idea. Suicide is where you can actually see the guillotines, the tires just down the track. It's spots with no seats, but you're sitting usually on crossbars or something. If you're gonna hop on the fly, catch it on the fly, you got to be able to count the lug nuts that are holding on the wheel. If you can't count how many are holding on the wheel, it's going too fast. But still, it's dangerous. People die all the time. Anyway, I went on a ramble, guys. I'm gonna have my hamburger. I'm gonna have my corn, and and I'm gonna just relax. The Wi-Fi here is pretty good. It's very strong 5G signal, and so that means this. After I edit this, it should upload real fast. And tomorrow, we're gonna be hitting the 4 going westbound. So, and until we get over to the border over there that separates, until we get over to the border and that separates Thailand from that other country. Anyway. Hang on a second. Sorry, I was just realized I don't know how to pronounce Myanmar, so I'm going to pronounce it Burma. No, actually, that's right. I've been butchering the language so much, man, and I have people correcting me in the comments and stuff, and they're like, "Don't worry. By the time you leave the country, you'll probably have it right." And so, I go to that whole Myan, so Myanmar, Myanmar. So I was like, dude, I better make sure I know how to pronounce it. And I was like, I'm just going to pronounce it Burma. So, and believe it or not, if you look it up on Google Maps, there's not a speaker button on that one. You know, so it's like there's usually a speaker button. You can hit the speaker and hear how it's pronounced, but there's not for that one. So Burma it is. So tomorrow I'm going to the border of Thailand and Burma. And you guys can tell me why I shouldn't call it Burma later. So anyway, guys, hey, honesty is my only policy. All right, guys, good night, y'all. And tomorrow we'll continue this adventure and see where it leads us, right? Always makes for good TV, right? All right, bye. Good night, guys.